What's up, guys? In this video, I wanted to cover the Red Guardian, who is set to make his MCU debut in the upcoming Black Widow movie. This character has had a small amount of appearances in Marvel Comics, yet he plays a pretty important role in Black Widow's backstory. And similar to Captain America, the Red Guardian persona has been claimed by more than one person, but the person we're going to be focusing on in this video is Alexei Shostakov. And this is going to be the version that shows up in the Black Widow movie. Now, Alexei is the second version of the Red Guardian. The first one was killed during the 1950s. Alexei was introduced in Avengers number 43 in 1967. He was one of the Soviet Union's most decorated pilots, and because he was so successful as a pilot, he was chosen by the KGB to become a special operative. However, to become an operative, he would have to give up contact with all of his friends, family, and even his wife, Natalia Romanova. That's right, he was married to the Black Widow herself. However, in her original story, at this point in her life, she was not yet trained to be a spy, but instead she was a famous Soviet ballerina. It certainly looks like the MCU will be taking a much different approach on the Red Guardian in the movie. He appears to be taking on more of a father figure role rather than her secret husband.
Family, back together again.
Anyway, when Alexei decides to abandon all of his friends, family, and wife, in order to explain to Natalia why her husband has suddenly disappeared, the Soviet government told her that her husband died in an explosion of an experimental rocket. In her grief, Natalia decides that she wants to do something worthy of her husband's name and asks to become a Soviet spy, eventually taking on the mantle of the Black Widow. Now, much later, this part gets retconned, so that Natalia was trained as a child in the Red Room, and being a ballerina was more of just her cover story, and even her marriage to Alexei was orchestrated by the Soviet government. Although in both versions, Alexei fakes his own death, and Natalia is completely unaware of the truth. After he fakes his death, he begins training with the KGB. And what the Soviets really want is to create a national symbol to inspire their people, much like the US version of Captain America. And this idea really becomes an obsession for Alexei. His one goal, his greatest motivation, is defeating Captain America. But it's also important to note that during all of his training with the KGB, he does not ever get the super soldier serum. So he only ever has the strength of a normal human. Granted, a human that's in very good shape, but still a normal human. This part also looks like it's going to change in the MCU version. Just by judging from the trailers, the Red Guardian actually looks far stronger than Captain America. And during the time that Alexei is training, Natalia has time to break away from the Soviets and join the SHIELD. But when he finally does take up the mantle, he's sent on a mission to inspect and protect a Chinese weapon that could defeat the United States. The Red Guardian is told that he has to answer to the Chinese official Colonel Ling and to prove his ability and strength to the Chinese and other Soviet officials who aren't really aware of who he is. The Red Guardian fights a whole group of soldiers and takes them out pretty easily. But during this, we get a good look at his primary weapon. He doesn't run around with a shield like Captain America. No. His weapon of choice is far more versatile and adds a whole new level of coolness to the character. Yes, his weapon of choice is his belt buckle, which can shoot out and hit numerous opponents and fly right back into his belt using magnets. But when the Red Guardian is stationed on this secret Chinese base protecting this weapon, coincidentally, Black Widow is sent on a mission by S.H.I.E.L.D. to this very same secret Chinese base, and she's captured. And at this time in comics, Hawkeye is actually dating Black Widow, and he gets word that the Black Widow has been captured, so he rushes out to be her knight in shining armor. Well, not quite. He fails almost immediately and is put into a holding cell. This then forces Captain America to go rescue the both of them, and the Red Guardian's dream of facing off against Captain America is finally fulfilled. The two begin to duke it out. Now I'll give the Red Guardian credit. He's able to hold his own against the guy with the super soldier serum pretty well. Pretty evenly fought battle for a while, but eventually the tides do seem to shift in Captain America's favor. But before Cap can take out the Red Guardian officially, the Chinese colonel electrocutes Captain America, which knocks him out, which just infuriates the Red Guardian. He still believed he could recover and defeat Captain America with honor. And the colonel and Red Guardian kind of get into the shouting match, so Black Widow decides this might be a good time to try to just sneak away unnoticed. But she does not go unnoticed. The colonel sees her and pulls out his weapon to kill her. Although suddenly and unexplained, Alexei jumps in front of the shot, takes the full damage of the gun while declaring his love for Natalia, which gives her enough time to escape. The Avengers then destroys this Chinese weapon, which starts a chain reaction of explosions around the base. Of course it does. Before the base is completely destroyed though, Colonel Ling sees Captain America, who's still knocked out but being carried away, aims his gun to shoot the helpless Captain America. And right before he takes the shot, Alexei uses his last strength to push the gun out of the way, because he didn't feel that his greatest rival should be killed in such a cowardice way. Colonel Ling's shot misses Captain America, but does hit some gas pipes, and for some reason causes the volcano that this secret Chinese base is located on to erupt, seemingly killing both Alexei and the Colonel, while the Avengers were able to flee in time and safety. And this is the last time that we see Alexei as the Red Guardian still alive. However, it's comics, so no one stays dead forever. Alexei is brought back once as a life model decoy, or simply put, a robot. But Alexei himself does actually show up again, like decades later in comics. But not as the Red Guardian, but as Ronin. We also saw Hawkeye taking on the persona as Ronin in Avengers Endgame. Hawkeye actually takes on the persona as Ronin in the comics as well. Alexei as Ronin has the goal of tearing down the modern Russian government, put back in place the old communist regime, and then take over the world. But Black Widow was able to stop him the old-fashioned way by shooting him in the chest like 5 times, although he still somehow lives through all of that. And you might be asking why Alexei as Ronin still looks so young. Well, they actually do give an explanation for this, and it's true that he never took the super soldier serum. However, he did take a variation of it. It's kind of like a non-aging serum. Sometimes it's called the Infinity Formula, and Black Widow is actually taking this serum as well. And what this serum does, it doesn't give you any increase in your strength or agility. However, it does improve your immune system and your healing, which also makes you age much slower than a normal person. This is mostly just to explain why Black Widow, who is supposedly born in 1928, looks like she hasn't aged a day in like 60 years. But that's really all there is out there on Alexei. And with that, I'm going to wrap up this video. Hope this makes you understand the Red Guardian. If you guys like this video, make sure you slap that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.